Hey everybody, welcome back. If I had to guess, levels are important, man. Just go for it. If I had to guess, what are you doing? Well, here's my thinking: 3-2-3-2-3-2 is better, but 3-2-3-2-2-2 gives you a better. If you look at the graph, the equilibriums between wins, draws, and losses, it probably doesn't increase your odds of losing by much. But I think it increases your odds of winning by like 5% because it's possible that the opponent could be running a bird which has 1 HP. So I actually think that this makes sense. And I'll be the lord of the guys who play the piano because we're within the first minute here. So I don't want to get a false positive from Google DeepMind anti-profanity algorithm. Okay? Anyway, we made it through. Ooh, I like it. That's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you. It is what I like, honestly. Multiple levels. Last video was probably our worst performance this weekly, which is crazy because it was really good. It was a 10, an 8, and a 4. The 4 is not so good. But everything else was fantastic. And the 10 got us a badge that I may never have a chance to get again in my life because I tend to underrate new animals because I'm unfamiliar with them. This is still fine. I would say sheep is pretty good. I would say bear is acceptable. And we could freeze a beaver. We don't really want it to get to level 3. Sorry. We don't really want it to get to level 3, but if it's only 2 away, that's the same as like replacing it with a... I mean, it's not as good as replacing it with one of another unit because we have to sell it in the first place. It's complicated because then there's a sell trigger on the unit as well. Listen, we even placed the sheep in the wrong spot, which is funny when you consider how long I took to line it up, and then you're going to spit out some freaking sheep, aren't you? You didn't copy the sheep? What the heck did you copy? The bear? That's unfortunate for you. We need levels, brother. I mean, I think you're better. I'm content to make that swap and fish for better units. Well, we don't need levels. We don't need a level on turn 5. In my personal opinion, on this weekly, all you'd be looking for on turn 5 is... That stings. You'd be looking for a leech to start building it early. Turn 7 is the real moneymaker. Until then, remember the immortal words of Destiny's Child. I'm a survivor. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to work harder. Just take this for now. Like I do. Remember, we're trying to create stability here. Our stability is not particularly strong. Leech at the front, sucking nothing. What's crazy is they're going to kick the crap out of me, so obviously they know something I don't know. I can't believe they would put the sheep, like the bee in between the 2 sheep. Can somebody run the numbers on whether that affected me? Affected my results? Listen. We're running a better squad. Listen, the bear, you served your purpose, buddy. We know that these units are on the path to sales. We got great levels up, potentially coming out next turn. Just stabilize for now. I would rather not be on 2 life. 1 to 2 levels up, Triceratopses, and everything is coming up roses. And I'm not suggesting them don't stink. But if you lean a little bit closer, I think you'll find that roses really smell like doo-doo-doo-doo. This one, I don't think I've ever been trounced that hard on this weekly. That was just not even close. This is where it has to come together. It's not a Triceratops, you piece of crap. Forget leveling the sheep. I guess I would rather have a rhino. Oh, this is a problem. Give me a level. That's not a level, you piece of junk. Okay. I'm gonna die! Yeah, it's not coming together the way we intended. We got so many units 1 away. They've been quite stingy with the Triceratopses ever since I broke the system wide open. Little embarrassing for them, I guess, how I read them for filth. Okay, fair enough. I understand. You didn't have to go into the kernel and adjust the game code. Now we're talking. You're out of here. You're in here. You're getting a donut. Call me Duncan the way I do be buying a donut. And I will be waiting to see what happens. I think I'm going to give you this for now. It's good. We need, like, time. And time is one of the many things we don't have access to right now. See, for example, their squad's too good. The squad's too good. Holy cow, even the sheep is getting... one win?! I never asked for this. One win. It's an insult. Okay, what do we do? I think you play the shops you got. People are so quick to call washed, by the way. Let me be like a comedic doggy. Maybe like Beethoven, for example. He's a dog in many ways. Like the literal way in the movie Beethoven, where he's actually a Saint Bernard, I believe. Or a Burmese mountain dog? I can't remember. Burmese? 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 That's a tough one. I don't remember. We're going to definitely get a level up. I guess I'm going to freeze you. This is not like efficient for winning now, but it's kind of funny for winning later, maybe. Actually, you know what the right play here is? Though it pains me to skip a level up on a weekly that feels so level up focused. The right play is probably to sell 3 mice to get 3 apples and then create like one freaking huge unit. Particularly a unit like an elephant. I'm willing to sack 1 apple to get 1 tier up. Let's see. Thank you so much. And then I think a snail could go crazy. And then I would sell you 1 free better apple. I don't know why I was mad. It's like the same utility. And then how about 1 of these? And you know what? For now, just put honey on you. We lost our last round. Everybody gets a small buff. Nobody on the squad is good but the elephant is a 5'10" right now, which I've been told is the ideal height for a man in his mid to early 30s. 34? 34 still early? Maybe a little copium there. I mean, if it's 11 a.m., it's still early. If it's 12:01, maybe not so much, but... You know what? Get ready for another level. I know that this might cost us an apple, but I'm okay with that. 1 more level as well, okay. This elephant can do a lot. It would be really nice to get more elephants because a level 2 elephant, if we get a Triceratops early, would really... It would go a long way. This is a win, which is just a testament to the power of buying a single honey at any point in the game. Does make our snail a little bit worse, but the game's not called Who's Got the Best Snails. It's hard to argue with getting a turtle out there, as long as you don't accidentally kill your whole squad. Okay, listen. I think I understand the problem with what I'm doing right now, but it's really funny. I don't know, I may have never gotten a 10-piece, I mean, not that this is trending necessarily towards a 10-piece, but I may have never gotten a 10-piece with a level 3 snail to begin with. But then, like, add in the snail sense the nerf, and it's even less likely. Now, that's a very good-looking squad there, but what can we do? Well, you know, I'll tell you what we could do. We could level you, buy you, freeze you, and hope for a snail. Oh, a snail would have hit the frickin' spot, man. Give me this, freeze me, and freeze me. If anything, we would probably kill the turtle. That's a really nice way of scaling in a weekly where scaling is easy to come by, but not at this stage of the game. Keep using my melon armor to kill, like, your weak unit, and then your strong unit is coming out there to eat me alive, brother. I think this is a draw. Worst outcome when you consider that we have snails. This is our important level up. Level me. Don't level me again. You had your chance. I could pill you for 2-2. You've done me a great disservice here. I'm gonna pill you. I know I said I was gonna pill the turtle. I remember when I said I was gonna kill you last, I lied. Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando. Almost tripped over my words, said that was Predator. That's not Predator. Predator is if it bleeds, we can kill it. If he dies, he dies. That's not even Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's Ivan Drago as played by the inimitable Dolph Lundgren in Rocky IV. We got very lucky to draw, even though it's bad for our snails. But I'd rather draw. Hey, give me. I need my Triceratops. So we're leveling now. Come on. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Do me a favor and pill me. Buy the Triceratops. The squad is not quite right yet. For sure. You would probably recognize that as well. What a snipe! Gotta hand it to you. I see that I'm breaking your melon, which is it means I don't get a hurt trigger, which is the worst part of it all, but we did manage to make it through. It's not perfect yet, but we got something good going on. This is essential. It's really tough to get rid of these snails, because you know I'm probably going to lose at some point. No, you don't say. But like, with God as my witness, I think it's I think you're going to combine to try to get a second dragon. Oh, it doesn't work that way. So we basically wasted like a gold. But either way, this roll and then tier 1s. We're not going to buy any more of you. This would be around. I was going to say I hope we lose this one, but I don't, because we would sell our snail before we got the effect. And I still, you're going to say the order is wrong. No. The order is right. It looks wrong because we break our Triceratops' own melon, but we need this to be the order for the squad to make any sense. So the snail has to go at this point. We probably should keep an eye out for a leech just to activate the Triceratops trigger. That's really good. I don't think the husky's good enough here. An elephant is probably good enough. I'm not even buying tier 1s. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'd like to apologize on my own behalf. I don't know if you can do that. That doesn't seem like something you could do. Oh, man. I think a donut on the elephant would go hard, but we should probably pill the turtle. I just don't know what we really want to have a melon armor, but I guess the truth of the matter is probably that like anything having a melon armor is worth it. Holy cow, who needs a donut? Maybe we don't need a donut, we just need to get like really lucky over and over. You never should have given me one win. Because now, I'm never going to let you hear the end of it. Sell me. Buff. I mean, buffing the dragon would go crazy too. Maybe the Triceratops is doing... We've only got 5 wins. We got a long way to go. Let's start here. And because we're in a good position, I'm not going to sweat like rolling for chocolate first. I think it's the wrong way to approach the situation, quite frankly. In some circumstances might end up being better, but for now I think it's worse. Do me a favor and just toss me... You know, no, you're a level 1. We'll put you here. Not a level 1. Well, yes, a level 1, not a tier 1. We'll put you there for now. And then we'll move you over on top. You're gonna activate another Storka. I mean, it's great for you if the multiplayer worked in the way that it was synchronous, but it doesn't. But I'm rooting for you nonetheless. I see what they got going on here. I never feel bad about beating a Triceratops leech build, because it's like I'm a scumbag, but they're also a scumbag. I'm just better at the scumbaggery. I really don't think that a T-Rex is the way to go. Not this time. Level 2 dragon would go crazy. Okay, that's also very nice. Stegosaurus also... I mean, at the very least, we can run a Stegosaurus for 1 round. Looking at the shops we've had, I think this has been the luckiest run of all time, even if it started a little bit sideways. Like, Almost every archetype has a way to thrive in the current setup that we're running here. Holy cow, that was amazing luck. We've been getting T-Rexes, we've been getting snipers, we've been getting scalers, we've been getting chocolate, we've been getting units that enable our existing, like, buy-sell with the dragon. I don't think you need the donut. You should get pilled at some point. Or maybe you shouldn't, because, like, A, it's working, and B, like, you're scaling because of the dragon. Not that quickly yet, but... So I'm keeping you. Now here, I would rather just roll. Give me 2 good freezes. Give me a dragon. It was worth asking for. If you don't ask, you'll never know. There might be a case to be made for selling the duck just so that you don't buff it by accident. But we'll just rely on them to have a sniper, I guess. That works too. I was going to say this didn't seem that bad, but it got bad pretty quick. Points and laughs, you just lost to a mole. You have just been mold. It's so funny that, like, as soon as that happened, I immediately lost confidence in my squad. Before that, I was like, oh, we're going to 10. It's not even a contest. Now I'm like, no shot, brother. I'm cooked. I got no chance. Would it kill you to give me a dragon? Like, it's just, I've been rolling for dragons and chocolates for 10 years here. Turns out that, you know what it is? It's because I said I don't think it's the right move to roll for that chocolate or that dragon early. The game is making us pay for my words and my deeds. This looks like a squad we match up nicely against, though. Please buff the elephant. Thank you. You didn't buff it enough, but I appreciate it in theory, at least. But we do have a 50-50 dragon at the back, I guess. That's pretty good, too. I'll buy it. Maybe I shouldn't, but I'm gonna. I know what you're thinking, because I was thinking it just now as well. What if you used waffles? Thank you so much. What if you use waffles on tier 1s? Does it count as a dragon effect? Well, the wording of... let me just give you the real answer. I don't know. But the wording of the waffle is that it activates by ability. The ability comes from the dragon. It doesn't come from the tier 1. So I don't think you could use a waffle like that. But I may be wrong, but I'm unwilling to take a chance on it because I'm scared. And realistically, we're not getting to a level 3 dragon. So I know it's probably... It sucks to hear because it eats into the fun factor a little bit, but... If anything, this lad coming out here, what do you think about a death touch turtle at the front? We don't run assault turtle too much. Final Fantasy XIV players when the tank is also a DPS. Okay, it didn't actually matter at all there. Oh, you got me. Did you get... You didn't get me, I think. I don't think you got me. I don't think you're ready for this jelly because my body's too bootylicious for you, babe. Look at that. Okay, we got there. We're so back. Hey, I got my 1 piece. So now that when I'm farming for 10 pieces, you can't be mad. Especially, this is the last one this week. Okay? You're a talkative driver. Always scary. You wouldn't deprive an old man of his walking stick, would you? Sorry, I couldn't make it through the whole sentence because I thought about the... You know the, you wouldn't download a car font? You ever see the one where it's... This is millennial humor, so I apologize in advance, but do you ever see the one where it's like, you wouldn't deprive an old man of his walking stick? Editor's note, this is a reference to The Lord of the Rings. Anyway, it's highly good movie if you haven't seen it. Several good movies. And then a few bad ones that are technically not in the Lord of the Rings universe. Well, they're in the same universe, sorry. They're just not in the same saga, I suppose. Give me a snail. I know it's crazy. He's snail-pilled now. At least for like a round. Around, round, get around, I get around, I get around, round, woo. If you were in the Beach Boys, who would you be? I go first, Brian Wilson. But Dad, I want to be Brian Wilson. I already said I'm Brian Wilson. You can't be Brian Wilson. You got to be Mike Love. Oh, I don't want to be Mike Love. He kicked Brian out of the band because he failed the vibe check. Listen, kid. I'm going to be in my room making the same album over and over again for 40 years until it's perfect enough to come out. Put on your work boots and your respirator. Level me now. We're not waiting. Yeah. Now we're talking. You don't do anything anymore. You're probably going to get sold. So let's start this leech off on the right foot. You're not as good as you are. And now, in my opinion, 1/1 buff from an ant, not that good. 2 1/1 buffs from a flamingo. Well, we're spending 3 times the money to get it activated. The crazy thing is, I said it in the he's wrong voice, but I think I'm right. I think I'm right. Get ready for the levels. Next turn, no, 2 turns from now is where things really start to pop off. Listen, a 4/5, I thought about it. I do think, like, I don't know why I said it like Keanu Reeves. I think an elephant would still be nice to have. Holy cow, that's amazing. Oh, it's incredible. Forget about this for now. End turn with excess gold. Okay. Next shop doesn't even matter. So I'm like, it's not our critical shop. So I'm glad we got it lined up. We have the perfect Triceratops squad, and it makes me a complete scumbag to have like tried to optimize for it this early, and that's why I love it. Now we are gonna lose this one, so credit where credit is due. But if we get a Triceratops on any of our myriad turn 7 levels up, holy bursh, dude. Holy, I'll say it, you don't have to. Holy bursh. And the avocado's perfect. I would prefer not to lose this round. But if we lose this round, it's not the end of the world because we have such good future prospects. Not guarantees, but like weighted averages that are working out very much in our favor for the moment. You piece of junk. You piece... Never mind. You did your best. I appreciate it. Kid, that's what we love you. You play hard. Not a Triceratops. Very good unit, though. 2 Huskies is also really good. So, quite frankly, you're gone. You're on the squad. I guess I'm keeping a duck. No, you probably should keep the porcupine at least. You might keep both, but pill me here. Send the Husky out here. You should probably go to the front for the time being. I mean, if the elephant leveled, we could still make a Triceratops work, but like, everybody on the squad is getting 2/2 per turn right now. That's... In a vacuum, that's not that good. This isn't a vacuum, though. It's a weekly. And in this weekly, scaling doesn't start really showing up until 2 turns from now, when we realistically will be ahead of the competition as a result of this. But remember, you can't buy held foods. I'm going to stall for the level up. Which is unfortunate. It's like you're really just looking for avocados, but I'm sorry. It's the way to play it. The avocado showed up at the end. We used 6 rolls there, which is bad. What if you instead change it so every one of those rolls just gave us a 1/1? That's a nice way to think about it, even if it doesn't make sense that's like intellectually consistent. I'm telling you, without a doubt in my mind, we're going out on a 10-piece. You're going to level me? Certainly feels like, listen, I know the duck is our... You know what? The elephant is not doing anything. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Give me coconut armor on our strongest unit. It's not going to mess up the scaling, which is the best part of this whole deal. And just keep it rolling here. Now, this is where we should have other teams that are scaling as well. But we should match up okay because we've been scaling for longer. But it would be nice to get our next Husky like off the ground or something. We still made it. After all the squinting that I did, we still made it there. You know what? Just don't be so picky. with non-held foods. And straight up, forget about the mongoose, brother. We don't need to get him level. Oh, but it would be nice. What about selling the duck to get the... Oh, you could just run level 2 husky. It accomplishes the same thing. You don't need to get so... You don't need to go so crazy. It's important. Might be important. We're really looking for another scaler. Having... If we're running Sans scaler here, I'd rather just pop you out here, quite frankly, and... Just pop you out thusly. You know what? We actually got a little bit of anti-sniper tech in there. Fly kind of counters us. Kind of counters us like crazy, actually. Holy cow, what a squad you got here. Deer is like one of the things I have not rolled this week. It seems like you need like a higher IQ than I have. Just being frank. I don't think T-Rex is the play. If anything, leveling up our scalers is always the play. That puts you 2 away. I gotta live with that. Another mongoose will go insane right now. Another husky would go pretty crazy. Don't. This is a great food to purchase next time. Oh, and another. Oh, I'd say our next turn's pretty much handled. What's the mongoose doing? He's getting sold for a. Well, he's possibly getting sold for a husky next time. I gotta think about it. That's the strongest lad I've ever seen. You got me? You got me, kid? That has me feeling like I can't sell my mongoose, and yet here I go selling my mongoose. Give me one of those, and then give me 2 of these. How confident did I sound when I said we were definitely getting a 10-piece? Because, like, I still believe it, but I wish that I hadn't laid it on so thick. If that makes sense. Because I think I could have been... Could have been a little bit more like how the French say, act like you've been there before. Because we still got 3 wins to go and we've only got 2 life left. We should scale one of the huskies. I mean, maybe. It is always nice. I mean, you're a 13-13 buff. I would be content to put you out there like that. Not having equipment is a huge debuff, which is why, like, the mongoose has kind of been nice for us this week, but... Are we good? It's gonna be close. It's not gonna be close. I was sandbagging. I'd like to apologize. It's a bad habit. But your opponent always looks scarier to you than you think you look to your opponent. It's just science. For now, give me 2 of these. I know it seems like overkill, but... Well, 2 of these is 4. This is 3. Okay, no, give me 2 of these. It's the right... Yes. And a chocolate. Chocolate would have gone crazy, but... It's got to be so frustrating for, like, Teamwood Games to watch a video like this. Not that, like, that's something they're going to do every day. They're probably... They got other stuff on the go, I'm sure. But, they're, like, completely rework the game so it's not just taking your earliest leveled up unit to the end and scaling it with your head completely off. Going, you know, dopamine generator going... Brrr, and then see this level 3 duck at 2931 just carrying us. Oh, man. They made it harder. They didn't make it impossible. We should have taken that mongoose when it showed up, brother. Oh, never mind. We were forgiven. I don't see anything stopping us, especially when you consider that we got like a 20-something or like a 40 buff coming from a Stegosaurus. Is it possible the weakness helped us out because it meant that the Stegosaurus didn't have the option to put the buff on our Porcupine, which was already like max statted? I don't know. That's for the eggheads down in the lab to figure out. All I know is the sound that the game makes when you get 10 wins. Great weekly. What do you think? Just run it back for next week? Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.